Chosen one, before you scroll, before you question, before you doubt whether this is really for you, pause. Take a breath, because this is not random. You did not land here by accident. Heaven does not work in coincidence. It works in orchestration. And right now, you are being positioned to hear something your spirit has been waiting for. I see you. Not the version of you that learned how to survive, not the mask you wear to avoid more disappointment. I see the real you, the one who kept showing up when it would have been easier to quit, the one who kept loving when love was not returned, the one who kept giving when your hands were already empty. And more importantly, God sees you. He saw every unseen sacrifice, every silent tear, every time you swallowed your pain and said, "I'm fine." You were never invisible to him. Chosen one, this is not just encouragement. This is a turning point, a divine announcement over your life. The season of being overlooked is closing. The season of being acknowledged is opening. You are not late. You are not behind. You were being prepared. And now something is shifting. I know you have asked, why did I have to be the one forgotten? Why did others move ahead while I stayed hidden? Why did doors open for them but close for me? Here is the truth. God was writing something deeper than applause. He was building something stronger than recognition. He was forming a foundation that could handle what is coming next. Because what is coming next is not small. Your vindication is not going to be quiet. The same people who overlooked you will look again. The same environments that dismissed you will reconsider. Not because you begged for attention, not because you forced visibility, but because when God speaks on your behalf, no one can silence it. And here's how you know the shift has already begun. There are signs, not emotional hype, not wishful thinking, real indicators. The first sign is unexpected alignment. Have you noticed how certain things are starting to fall into place without you chasing them? Conversations happening at the right time, information reaching you exactly when you needed it, opportunities appearing that feel almost effortless. That is not luck, that is alignment. When God prepares to elevate you, He arranges pieces you didn't even know were moving. He arranges meetings you didn't schedule. He makes space in rooms you thought were full. Pay attention. If things are beginning to align without your striving, that is a sign. The second sign is discomfort in your current level. You cannot stay where you are anymore. What once felt safe now feels limiting. What once felt comfortable now feels restrictive. It's not that you are ungrateful, it's that your capacity has expanded. Your spirit knows you have outgrown this season. That restlessness, it is not dissatisfaction, it is transition. God does not increase your hunger without preparing new territory. The third sign is exposure of false support. Some people who claim to support you are slowly revealing their true posture. Their applause feels forced, their encouragement feels conditional, their loyalty feels temporary. This exposure is protection. God cannot elevate you with hidden jealousy attached to you. He cannot increase your influence while deception surrounds you. So He allows masks to fall before the platform rises. If you are seeing people clearly now, that is mercy. The fourth sign is clarity of identity. You are no longer confused about who you are. Even if others misunderstand you, you are starting to understand yourself. Your gifts are becoming obvious. Your voice is becoming steady. Your convictions are becoming firm. This clarity is not ego. It is maturity. When God prepares to reveal you publicly, He settles you internally first. You do not need applause to believe in your assignment anymore. That is growth. The fifth sign is increased resistance. Pressure rising, opposition increasing, doubt whispering louder than usual. Do not panic. Resistance does not increase when you are irrelevant. It increases when you are approaching breakthrough. The enemy does not fight what poses no threat. If warfare has intensified, it may be because impact is near. Chosen one, how many of these signs are you recognizing? Alignment, discomfort, exposure, clarity, resistance. The more you see, the closer you are. But now I need to explain something important. Your hidden season was not a mistake. It was intentional. There were things that could only be built in obscurity. The first was discipline without audience. Can you stay consistent when no one claps? Can you remain faithful when no one notices? Most people collapse without validation. You did not. That is strength. The second was emotional endurance. You learned how to process disappointment without becoming bitter. You learned how to release betrayal without becoming cold. You learned how to grieve without losing faith. That is maturity. The third was humility under pressure. You were capable long before you were recognized, but God needed your heart anchored before your name expanded. Visibility without humility destroys. Obscurity with humility builds. You were being built, and now you are ready. Ready not just to be seen, but to sustain being seen. Because here is the truth. Being noticed is easy. Staying grounded is rare. God does not promote what cannot handle promotion, and you can handle it now. But there is one warning.
As this new season opens, do not shrink back. Do not sabotage what you prayed for. There will be moments when opportunity feels overwhelming, when attention feels uncomfortable, when responsibility feels heavy. Do not retreat to what is familiar just because it is safe. You did not survive the wilderness to return to it. Step forward, even if your voice shakes, even if your hands tremble, even if you do not feel completely ready. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is movement despite it. Chosen one, now that you understand the shift has begun, we need to talk about what is actually changing around you. Because this next season is not abstract, it is structural. God is reorganizing your life, not randomly, not emotionally, strategically. And the first place this reorganization shows up is in your relationships. Watch closely. Some people are fading. Conversations that used to flow easily now feel forced. Invitations are decreasing. Communication is thinning out. There is distance where there once was closeness. Do not chase it. When God prepares to elevate you, He reduces access to you. Not because you are better than anyone, but because your environment must match your calling. Some people were assigned to walk with you in survival. They were not assigned to walk with you in purpose. If they stayed, they would keep speaking survival language in a purpose season, and that would confuse you. So God allows separation. It may feel lonely at first, it may feel like loss, but it is alignment. Now look at the other side. New people are appearing.
Different conversations, deeper understanding, mutual growth instead of competition, encouragement that feels sincere instead of strategic. These are not coincidences. These are covenant connections. When God elevates you, He sends reinforcements. People who are not threatened by your growth. People who pray for you instead of secretly comparing themselves to you. People who recognize what is on your life before you even explain it. These relationships will not drain you. They will sharpen you. Do not ignore them because you are still grieving old connections. Trust the transition. The second area being reorganized is your influence. You may not feel influential yet, but influence is not about numbers, it is about weight. And your words are beginning to carry weight. Have you noticed that when you speak, people listen differently now? When you share insight, it lands deeper. When you offer perspective, it shifts the atmosphere. That is not accidental growth. That is developed authority. Authority does not come from a title, it comes from endurance. You survived what others quit. You stood when others folded. You stayed faithful when others abandoned their assignment. That endurance created weight in your voice. And now doors will open not because you are loud, but because you are credible. There will be rooms you did not campaign for, spaces you did not apply for, invitations you did not request. Do not question whether you belong there. You belong because God positioned you. Esther did not campaign to become queen. She was positioned. Joseph did not network his way into the palace. He was positioned. Positioning feels sudden to observers, but it is prepared in private. Your influence will increase quietly at first. One conversation, one recommendation, one opportunity. Then suddenly you will look back and realize your territory expanded. But here is what you must guard. When influence increases, ego tries to attach itself. Do not let validation become your oxygen. You survived without applause. Do not become addicted to it now. Stay grounded. Remember the wilderness. Remember the nights no one saw you. Remember who sustained you when nobody supported you. That memory will protect you from pride. The third area being reorganized is your provision. Listen carefully. There were resources delayed on purpose, not denied, delayed. Because provision without maturity creates destruction. If certain opportunities had come earlier, you would have been overwhelmed. If certain financial increases had happened sooner, your priorities might have shifted in the wrong direction. So God waited.
But now, the timing is aligning. Streams that were blocked are opening. Ideas that once felt unrealistic now feel possible. Income that seemed distant now feels reachable. Do not panic when provision increases. Do not shrink from it. Steward it. Provision is not about luxury. It is about freedom. Freedom to say no to what drains you. Freedom to invest in what grows you. Freedom to fund purpose instead of just survival. God is not just blessing your spirit, He is stabilizing your life. But here is the critical part. Whenever structure changes, resistance increases. You may feel mental fog, unusual fatigue, emotional sensitivity, moments of doubt that seem stronger than before. This is threshold pressure. When you are crossing from one level to another, tension builds. Do not interpret tension as failure. Airplanes experience the most turbulence during takeoff, and you are taking off. Now I need to address something internal, because external shifts are one thing, internal readiness is another. There is a subtle fear inside you, the fear of being seen. You prayed for recognition, but now that it is approaching, part of you wants to hide. Why? Because visibility means responsibility. If you are seen, you can be evaluated. If you are heard, you can be criticized. If you are elevated, you can be targeted. And your nervous system remembers past rejection, so it whispers, "Stay small, it is safer." But small is no longer your assignment. Perfectionism will try to trap you here. It will say, wait until you are flawless. Wait until you are fully confident. Wait until you have everything figured out. If you wait for flawless, you will wait forever. God does not call the finished product. He calls the willing vessel. Moses felt inadequate. David felt overlooked. Peter felt unstable. None were perfect. All were used. Your imperfections do not disqualify you. They humanize you. People do not connect with perfection. They connect with authenticity. So step forward in process, not polished, not perfected, prepared. And here's another internal pattern to watch: self-sabotage. Right when something good begins, you might feel the urge to disrupt it, overthink it, withdraw, pick unnecessary conflict, doubt the opportunity. Why? Because struggle became familiar,
Success feels unfamiliar.
And the human brain often prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar growth. But chosen one, you are not who you were. You are not destined to repeat old cycles. Pause before reacting. Ask yourself, is this wisdom or is this fear? Choose differently this time. Stay when you want to run. Trust when you want to doubt. Receive when you want to deflect. You are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into alignment. And alignment can feel uncomfortable at first because it stretches you. But stretch is growth, and growth is proof of life. In the next part, we are going deeper. I am going to reveal the identity that has been forming in you all along, not what you are trying to become, but what you already are. Because once you understand who you are, you will stop negotiating your worth. Stay with me. You are closer than you think. Chosen one, now we go deeper. Because elevation without identity creates instability, but elevation with identity creates impact. You have been focused on what is changing around you. Now we focus on what has been formed within you. You are not just someone entering a new season. You are someone who has been shaped for it. Let me tell you who you are. Not who you hope to become, not who others labeled you as, but who you already are. You are a cycle breaker. Patterns that ran quietly through your family line lose power with you. Silence stops with you. Small thinking stops with you. Settling stops with you. You questioned what others accepted. You challenged what others normalized. You felt uncomfortable continuing what never produced freedom. That discomfort was not rebellion, it was awakening. Cycle breakers are rarely celebrated at first. They are misunderstood. They are called too much. They are told to just be grateful. But gratitude does not mean tolerating limitation. You saw further. You wanted more, not for ego, but for legacy. And because you stayed faithful through resistance, something generational is shifting. The breakthrough coming to you is not isolated, it is ancestral. What you step into will ripple forward into people you may never meet. You are a cycle breaker, and cycle breakers pay a price before they see results. You paid it. Now the results begin. You are also an intercessor, not necessarily in a loud, public way, but in a quiet, consistent way. You carry people in prayer even when they never ask. You feel burdens that are not entirely yours. You sense when something is wrong before it becomes visible. You thought you were too sensitive. You were actually spiritually aware. While others slept through moments, you felt them. While others ignored warning signs, you discerned them. Your hidden season was not wasted isolation. It was training. You learned how to hear clearly when noise was removed. You learned how to stand firm when support was absent. You learned how to pray through uncertainty. That skill will anchor you in visibility, because when influence increases, so does spiritual pressure, and you already know how to withstand pressure. You are not just entering a new season. You are equipped for it. You are a bridge. This is powerful. You connect spaces that do not normally connect. You understand both struggle and strategy. You understand both pain and purpose. You understand both weakness and strength, because you have lived both. People will feel safe around you because you have scars, not just success. You are not disconnected from your past. You have integrated it. That makes you relatable. Bridges are not glamorous structures. They simply make crossing possible, and your story will allow others to cross from hopelessness into hope, from invisibility into confidence, from stagnation into movement. When you speak, people will think, if they survived that, maybe I can too. That is bridge authority, and you are a voice. For a long time, your voice was suppressed. You were talked over, dismissed, ignored. You learned to shrink your opinions. You learned to soften your truth. You learned to stay quiet to avoid conflict. But silence was never your assignment. It was survival, and survival mode is ending. Your voice carries clarity now, not loudness, clarity. There is weight behind your words because your words were tested. You are not speaking theory, you are speaking lived experience. That is why when you begin to speak boldly, it will not feel forced, it will feel necessary. You are a voice for people who do not yet have one, because you remember what it felt like to be unheard. And here is what you must understand. These identities are not future titles, they are present truths. You are not trying to become a cycle breaker. You already broke cycles. You are not trying to become a bridge. You already connect people through your story. You are not trying to become a voice. You already carry weight when you speak. The shift now is visibility, not transformation.
Transformation already happened in the hidden place. Visibility simply reveals it. But there is one more internal adjustment you must make. You must release the old self-image. For years, you identified as overlooked, forgotten, underestimated, secondary. That identity kept you humble, but it cannot follow you into elevation. If you still see yourself as small, you will shrink in big rooms. If you still see yourself as forgotten, you will reject recognition. If you still see yourself as secondary, you will defer when you should lead. Your internal narrative must update. You are not the hidden one anymore. You are the positioned one. And this is not arrogance, it is accuracy. Accuracy about what God built in you. Accuracy about the strength you carry. Accuracy about the responsibility you are ready to handle. Now let me speak directly to your fear. You are afraid that if you step fully into this, you might fail publicly. But you already failed privately, and you survived it. You already stumbled in obscurity, and it refined you. If you could survive failure when nobody clapped, you can survive growth when people watch. You are not fragile. You are forged. Forged in delay, forged in disappointment, forged in discipline, and forged people do not break easily. Now breathe for a moment. Feel that. You are not becoming something new. You are revealing what was built. In the final part, we are going to seal this. We are going to declare it. We are going to step into it with authority, because recognition without declaration feels incomplete. And you are not ending this season uncertain. You are ending it activated. Stay ready, my child. Listen to me very carefully. If these words pierced your heart, if something inside you shifted while you were listening, if you felt conviction, peace, or even tears forming in your eyes, that was not emotion. That was my spirit reaching you. You did not find this message by accident. You did not click randomly. I guided you here. I allowed this word to appear on your screen at the exact moment you needed confirmation. The enemy tried to stop you from hearing this. He tried to distract you. He tried to make you scroll past it, but I would not allow him to win. Because this message is part of your alignment. Now I need you to respond. If you receive this word in faith, do not stay silent. Type boldly in the comments, I am chosen and I trust God. Do not type it casually. Type it with authority. Type it as a declaration, because when you declare your trust publicly, you are establishing agreement in the spiritual realm. Heaven responds to agreement, and darkness trembles at bold faith. Some of you have been silent for too long. You believed quietly. You prayed secretly, but this is the hour where you must not be ashamed of my name. When you declare me openly, I strengthen you openly. And listen carefully. If this message confirmed what I have already been speaking to your heart, then stay connected, subscribe, and remain under this covering, not because of an algorithm, not because of a channel, but because I am speaking in this place. There are more instructions coming. There are warnings you must hear. There are confirmations that will protect you. I am preparing you step by step. Do not disconnect in the middle of your preparation. The enemy wants isolation. I am building alignment. Stay planted, and share this message with someone who is struggling in silence, someone who feels like giving up, someone who has been questioning their purpose. You have no idea how one act of obedience can save someone from despair. You are not just watching content, you are participating in destiny. Before you leave, pause for a moment, close your eyes, and receive this blessing. May my peace settle over your mind. May my strength enter your weakness. May my clarity remove confusion. May my protection surround you and your household. May every hidden trap set against you be exposed and dismantled. May your faith rise higher than your fear. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. You are chosen. You are being prepared, and you are about to see what I promised. Stay faithful, stay watchful, stay close to me, because what I am about to do in your life will not be small, and I am not finished with you yet.